Okay, good morning and good evening, Mr. X's class. We're here to talk about the word lecture. So one thing about this word, it sounds like ch. So the T sounds like a ch. So it's like lecture. That's how you pronounce it. Lecture. And lecture, we have two meanings for lecture. One is a talk that is given to a group of people. And it says group of people to teach them about a particular subject. And it's often in school, especially in college. We use the word more in college than in high school, but often as part of a college or university course. So the idea is one person is talking, explaining something, teaching something, and everybody else is listening and taking notes. That's a lecture. It's a formal talk to teach something. Often, and is used a lot in colleges and universities. And another meaning is a long, angry talk that somebody gives to one person or a group of people because they've done something wrong. So, like a parent could give a lecture to children if they're in trouble. So the first one we could say, let's make a sentence. The student took notes on the lecture about that the teacher gave about World War I. Okay, so that means the teacher is talking, students are listening, taking notes. Nobody is reading anything. Nothing to do with reading. So the second one is, so we could say, I gave a lecture to my daughter when she climbed on the table. That's true. She tries to climb on the table and I give her lectures I tell her, no, don't go on the table. It's dangerous. I give her a long, angry talk. But she sometimes doesn't listen and does it again. So it's an ongoing struggle. She's almost 2, so. And note, as I was saying, lecture in English is not related to reading. So it's not the same as lectura in Spanish. Totally different word. It's a false friend. Seems like the word in Spanish, but it's not. Not the same. Not the same as Spanish. And a sentence over here in Tom Sawyer, which is a famous book. Well, it's for children, mainly for children, but by Mark Twain, who's a famous American writer 100 years ago or so. The title character has a hard time listening to the teacher's lectures in class. It's a boy who doesn't like to go to school, and he has trouble listening in class. And so, let's see, synonyms, we have lesson or discourse. Word families, lecturer. What do you guys think lecturer is? I bet you can guess. There's an ending on here. Person who gives a lecture, right. ER or OR, both of those mean the person who does it. And lecture can be a verb. The verb lecture is to give a talk, to give this kind of a talk, kind of a lecture. For Spanish, so we were having I was talking to my students and we're trying to figure out. What we have here is conferencia and sermón. Another thing is sermón, at least in English, a sermon can be religious. But I would say lecture is usually not religious. A religious talk by a minister, we use the same word as we use sermon, just with no acento. So, but maybe if you could use sermón for this kind of thing, a long angry talk, it's that meaning of it. It's not actually a religious talk. Religious talk has a different word. And we were talking about conferencia, might be good for this. We were trying to decide if should there be another word for meaning number 1. And my students suggested possibly exposición de un tema, which is like when someone explains a theme to a group, explains a topic. But I'm going to double check on that one.
Or lección.
Or lección, that's right. Or lección. I'm going to check on those two with some Spanish-speaking teachers, and I'll let people know whether you should add them to your card or not, because there was some disagreement in the class. All right, so are there any other questions? All right, thank you for watching. Thank you for filming today.